Hey guys, what is up? I hope you are having an awesome day. Today I want to talk to you about how I structure my flexibility training. Okay, so I'm going to start again with why flexibility and mobility is so important to me. And that is because I want to be able to literally walk through life and not be in pain. Now, I know a lot of us are in pain for no reason or for the simple fact that we don't look after ourselves properly. And I don't think that we should walk through life like this. And what I want to do is walk through life feeling strong, feeling mobile, feeling pain-free, and I want to be able to share that with other people so that you guys can achieve the same things. So, in saying that, how is it that I structure my training? So when I first started trying to get more flexible, I was kind of playing around with lots of different stuff, watching lots of different people on YouTube and kind of just stretching and not really knowing what I was doing. And the best thing that I did was make a goal and actually start planning my sessions and recording myself doing the stretches so that I could actually see if I was getting more flexible, okay? So I would sit down and I would map out what I was gonna do for the next 4 weeks, and then I would do it and I would monitor it, okay? But in structuring my program, what I actually did was I planned the session and I would spend the whole entire session working on my flexibility for that one particular exercise, which was the middle split. And I will link you right now to my middle splits journey so you can see how I progressed over time. But I would plan the session and I would spend 1 hour, 45 minutes to 1 hour doing that session twice a week. So I would focus solely on that particular muscle that I was lengthening and strengthening for the whole entire session, okay? So number one, I spent the entire session working on one particular movement. So now that I have kind of like advanced with my flexibility and I actually have like gained a lot of flexibility and mobility over the time, I can like structure my training a little bit differently. So now what I will do is I might work a strength movement. So I might work on my pull-ups or I might work on push training, and within my rest for those exercises, I will work on my flexibility. So I might work pull-ups and the splits on a Monday. And what I will do is I will do my pull exercise and then I will spend a minute or so in a stretching exercise. So maybe in frog pose or tailor pose or in the splits or in half splits. And the cool thing about this is because I train like for strength, I generally need a fair bit of rest between my strength sets. So I have the time to work on both. I can work 5 sets of pull-ups for 3 to 5 reps, and then I can stretch in between, and it fits perfectly together. So that is the second thing that I do when it comes to structuring my flexibility training. I use flexibility exercises as my rest so that I get to basically kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Build strength and build flexibility, and I will usually couple upper body and lower body or lower body and upper body. So if I'm training my lower body, I will work flexibility on my upper body in my rest, and if I'm training my upper body, I will work the flexibility on my lower body in my rest. So that is the second thing that I do when it comes to structuring my flexibility training. Okay, number 3 is I warm up with mobilizing exercises, okay? So if I am doing upper body workouts, I will first warm up my shoulders, or I warm up the shoulder joint with an exercise that lengthens the muscle. It's nice and generally a nice light exercise, but it will lengthen the muscle and at the same time, it will activate the muscle, yeah? So it will be a movement exercise that helps to keep me nice and mobile. So it might be some dislocates for the shoulders with a band, or it might be some bent arm pullovers. And then if I'm working on my lower body, it might just be some general hip opening exercises where I lift my knee up and open out to the side. I might just get in frog pose. I will basically warm up with exercises that keep my joints mobile and gets me putting them through the full range of motion. So that is tip number 3. Number 4, when it comes to my flexibility training, I will now use exercises, and this is probably like a little bit more advanced, but I now use exercises that help to keep me both strong and flexible, okay? I'm not like too stressed about lifting super heavy. I'm more into moving my body through its full range of motion, and that way I will keep myself both strong and flexible. For example, when it comes to training my lower body, because I am still working on my middle splits, one of the exercises that I will use a lot in my training is the Cossack squat. So I'm not too warm now, but I will quickly show you what that is. So, yeah, and basically I will come out, down here like this, and then back up. So what I'm doing here now is I am strengthening, so I'm getting a workout in my leg, because this leg is literally pushing up my whole body, but you can also see here, I'm working on the flexibility on my inner thigh, on my hamstring, so I'm actually helping myself get better at the splits, and I'm also strengthening this side here as I push back up. So, I will program my strength training like that, so I'm still working on my flexibility and my strength within my flexibility to help me with my flexibility goals. So they are the things that I do. That's how I basically structure my training when it comes to flexibility. The final thing I want to leave you guys with is I want to let you know that I don't personally believe that there is a right or a wrong way of training. So you can take my advice, you can leave my advice, but the most important thing that I think is actually getting to know yourself and getting to know your body. So I have basically been experimenting with my training over the past year or so, and I have been planning it for 4 weeks, seeing how it goes, monitoring, evaluating, and then restructuring, so I can actually see what works for my body and what doesn't, okay? So that is just what I want to say, guys. Try things, test it out. There are, of course, probably better ways of training to keep an even balance through your body, so you might want to like know some of that stuff, but at the same time, it's massively trial and error. I think everybody is unique. Everybody's body is different. Everybody is going to respond differently to certain types of training, and that is the kind of stuff that you want to know about yourself, so that you can effectively plan your workouts to suit you if you haven't got somebody else doing it for you. So guys, if you have any questions, please let me know, and I will try to clear things up if there is any confusion. But until then, good luck with your training, good luck with everything, and I will see you next time.